to Retired and Inspired. Just before I get into our subject today, I went for my annual check-up last week, and I think the doctor's getting a little concerned about my age. Bit of ageism there. Instead of sending me to a specialist, he just handed me a business card for a local archaeologist. I'm not sure if he wants a physical or carbon dating. Anyway, let's get on to our subject today. Our subject today, we're going to discuss the truth about what we eat after 60. It's not what you think. Firstly, I would like to add a disclaimer. Since I'm talking about health, I would just like to state that I'm not a doctor or a dietitian, and you should consult your own doctor or dietitian before making any major changes to your diet. Okay, now we've got that done. When we hit this stage of life, we finally have the time to do all the things we've dreamed of. Travelling, gardening, finally learning that instrument, that musical instrument. But there's a catch. Our engine needs better maintenance than it used to. Today I want to talk about what we're putting in the tank. We're diving into what the truth about highly processed foods is, why eating like we used to just doesn't work anymore, and the million-dollar question, do we actually need all those supplements filling up our cabinets? Let's get into it. The truth about ultra-processed foods. Okay, let's start with the stuff in the middle aisles of the grocery store or supermarket. We've all heard that processed is bad, but let's be fair, pre-cut frozen veggies are processed and they're great. What we're really talking about is ultra-processed foods, UPFs. Think of these as food-like substances. They're engineered for shelf life and craveability, certainly not nutrition. Now, the inflammation factor. As we age, our bodies are more prone to inflammation. These UPFs are loaded with refined sugars and seed oils that act like a slow-burning fire in your joints and arteries. Then there's the hidden salt. It's not just the salt in the salt shaker, it's the sodium in bread, sauces and snacks that messes with our blood pressure. And then the gut connection. Our microbiome, which is the good bugs, in our stomach thrives on fibre. Processed foods have had all the fibre stripped away. When our gut is unhappy, our mood and energy levels absolutely tank. Let's talk about healthy eating. The inspired way. So what's the alternative? We don't need a diet, we need a strategy. At our stage of life, our bodies actually need fewer calories but more ingredients. Every bite has to work harder for us, and our digestive system slows down with age, which I certainly know about. We need to prioritise protein. This is huge. We lose muscle mass as we age. It's called sarcopenia. I had to look at that word again. To keep our strength and balance, we need quality protein in every meal. Eggs, beans, lean meats, Greek yogurts. Just while I'm on this subject, my all-time favourite meal is a slice of rye bread with smashed avocado over it, halved cherry tomatoes, a poached egg on top, and a mixture of virgin oil and balsamic vinegar drizzled over it, which is a far cry from my younger years when my favourite was an ultra-processed English breakfast of bacon, sausage, black pudding, fried eggs, beans, tinned tomatoes, fried bread, and a couple of slices of white toasted bread. At that stage of my life, I didn't know and I didn't care how nutritious my food was. I just enjoyed it without a care in the world. Now let's look at the rainbow rule for food. If your plate is all brown and beige, we've got a problem. Aim for deep greens, bright berries, orange squash. These colours are literally the antioxidants fighting off cellular damage. I mean, one of my favourites is the old baby spinach. Yeah, I like that stuff, love it. You say it goes on my avocado. baby plum tomatoes, absolutely gorgeous. Chop them in half, put them on top of your avocado with a poached egg on top, absolutely love it. Hydration is nutrition as well. Sometimes we think we're hungry or tired, but we're actually just dehydrated. Our thirst signal weakens as we age, so drink up. After all, our large percentage of our bodies are made up of water. An adult woman's body water percentage would actually fall between 40 and 60% approximately. An adult male's water percentage fall between roughly 50 and 60% approximately. However, if you're older than 50, then our total percentage of body water could lie anywhere between 40 and 65% approximately. The importance of water for the body. Drinking enough water every day is very important, as it's essential for almost all bodily functions. It regulates our temperature, it helps in removing waste, it keeps joints lubricated, it produces saliva, it helps in metabolizing and transporting proteins. That's just to mention a few. Now, what happens if we don't have enough water? Well, some of the more serious issues could be heat stroke, sudden drops in blood pressure, kidney stones, a UTI, or dizziness. Signs of dehydration. How does lack of water manifest itself? Well, it can be dry mouth and lips, which is a pretty obvious one, feeling thirsty, headaches, muscle cramps. I always make sure I'm well hydrated prior to going to bed and have a small glass of water on my bedside cabinet. Since I started this routine, I seldom jump out of bed in the middle of the night with a cramp in my legs. Tiredness. Okay, so how can we improve our water consumption? Rules for retirees. Basically, don't wait for thirst. Because the thirst signal weakens with age. You should drink on a schedule, really. For example, a glass with every meal and one in between, rather than waiting to feel dry. We also get approximately 20% of our water from food, like soups, fruits and vegetables. All fluids count. You don't have to stick strictly to plain water. Tea, coffee, milk, fruit juice and sugar-free squash also contribute to your total intake. One of my favourite drinks, which I have every morning, I get myself a glass, pop a drop of ground ginger in the bottom, little shake of ground ginger, get hold of my lemon squeezer, chop a lemon in half, squeeze the lemon in, put the pulp into the glass. Always put the pulp in as well. The pulp's one of the best bits for you. And then followed by, top it up with boiling hot water, and then followed by a teaspoon of honey. Absolutely fantastic drink on a morning. Really gets me going, hydrates me, starts me off for the day. A word of warning, what's the caffeine and alcohol? While moderate coffee and tea is fine, they can have a mild diuretic effect on some people. Alcoholic drinks above 4% can actually contribute to dehydration and should be balanced with extra water. Oh, and if you're actually feeling dehydrated, thirsty right now, it might be a time to press pause on this video and find a glass of water before your tongue starts making sandpaper noises. I've got my trusty glass of milk at hand already. My toes getting a bit dry anyway. Well, I have to apologise now, as I intended this video to concentrate on what we eat after 60, but I've digressed into the subject of hydration a lot more than I thought. But I've realised that hydration is more or less the backbone of our diets anyway. I hope you found this informative. Oh, and check the P chart. The most reliable way to tell if you're hydrated is the colour of your urine. Aim for a pale straw or light yellow colour. If it's dark or smells strong, you need more fluids. Yeah, just another thing I need to mention. When I was a youngster, I think I was only about 8 or 9 years old, I went to the toilet one day and I was what I thought I was peeing blood. So I went back to my mother and I thought I was bleeding. And my mother said, what it is, he said, you've consumed too much beetroot. So how totally embarrassing for a young boy. But yes, so you can tell what's going on with your bladder. When to adjust your fluid intake. The recommendations I've given for generally healthy adults. You should consult a doctor to adjust these numbers, especially if you've got medical conditions, if you have heart failure or kidney disease, where fluid intake often needs to be restricted. If you're on medications, if you're on diuretics, which are water tablets for blood pressure. Now, what about the weather and activity? Well, if it's a particularly hot day or you've been more physically active than usual, obviously you need to adjust your water intake. Now, let's move on to the supplement debate. Let's talk about the bottle of multivitamins. Every time I turn on the TV, there's a new pill promising to fix my memory or my knees. So I wish. Do we actually need them? The golden rule is supplements should supplement a good diet, not replace one. You can't outpill a poor diet. However, there are a few usual suspects that are worth discussing with your doctor. Vitamin D, especially if you're out in the sun as much. It's vital for bone health and mood. In an earlier video, I mentioned about the SAD syndrome, which my mother used to get, which is seasonal affective disorder, and that's due to lack of sunlight, and it is an actual condition, depressive condition. B12, our bodies get less efficient at absorbing B12 from food as we get older. Omega-3s, great for your heart and brain health if you aren't a fan of oily fish. What's my advice? My advice is to get a blood test done first. Don't guess, test. There's no point in having the most expensive urine in town by taking vitamins your body doesn't actually need. Well then, the bottom line, let's see what the bottom line is. The bottom line is being retired and inspired means having the health to actually enjoy your freedom. Small changes like swapping a bag of chips for a handful of walnuts or choosing a home-cooked meal over a packaged one add up fast. I'd love to hear from you. What's one healthy swap you've made lately that actually made you feel better? Please drop it in the comments below. If you found this helpful, hit the like button and subscribe. It helps keep this channel growing so we can all stay inspired together. So until next time, eat well, keep hydrated, move a little, and stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next one.